Hello, welcome to Yoga Vinyasa Flow. Today, we're going to build up to our peak pose, which is supported fish or full fish for those of you that have that or want to try it. So if you can't do something, no worries. We do what we can. We don't worry about what we can't. We take breaks as needed. Our bodies are different every day, and we've just got to give them whatever it is that they need. Props. 2 blocks can be helpful if you're newer, if you need stability. If you're going to go into a supported fish with me later on in the class, some people like a block to do that. If you don't have a block for supported fish, you can also do this with a folded blanket. And I'll show you how to do that when we get there. And your strap, you can always bring this in for something if you think we need it. I'm only going to cue it for a locust variation. So if you're someone that can't comfortably, and I emphasize the word comfortably, find your hands behind you and the wrists or the shoulders, a strap or a belt or stretchy band, something like that can be a great alternative to help you get into those places. Otherwise, we're not really going to use this much in the rest of the class. So that's what that's for. And that being said, let's get into it. So finding a nice tall seat, ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. We're going to zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Good. Slight tuck in the chin. And just breathe here for a moment. And as you do that, is there anywhere in the body that you could soften a little bit more? So could you soften through the tongue and the jaw, the shoulders, the hips? And then bring that awareness into the breath. Is that breath calm, smooth, anxious, rapid, choppy? And then we'll change that breath. So from here on a big inhale, expand that rib cage. Now hold that breath at the top. And slowly release through the nose or the mouth. We'll do that again. Big inhale and expand. Hold. Slowly exhale. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. Hold. We're still holding. And slowly release. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, and lengthen. Look up there at those hands. Exhale, hands into heart center. So you can create an intention for your practice that is good for you. So what would you like to give or receive from this practice? You can also dedicate it to someone or something. Otherwise, I'm going to be asking you questions to ponder to yourself throughout this practice. They're also great meditation and journal prompts as well. And once you have that set, let's inhale, take it up, turning palms away, grow taller from crown to tail. So let's take those arms up, inhale, exhale. We're going to come over to the left, the bones are grounded, move through center, take it over to the right, and move to the left, and to the right, and to the left. We'll hold it, reach. So you can stay here. You can side bend deeper and stay there, or maybe you open and close with me getting a little bit more stretchy. So I'm going to look up at that hand. I'm going to follow it. I'm going to open. I'm going to take my belly button in and close. And open. And close. Open. And close. We're going to open here. We're going to hold this one open. Now, feel free to move your arm around here to find your sweet spot. Find your maximum stretch there. Belly button is still in to protect the back. And then from here, we're going to follow that belly button in. C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Really reach that arm forward. And then from here, we'll take that up, move through center, take that right into the other side. Good. Reach. The bones are grounded. You can stay right here. You can side bend a little deeper, or when you're ready, you can flow with me, looking up, taking it back, and a little curve and a reach, and taking it back, and curve and reach, taking it back, curve and reach. We're going to take this back and hold it. Wiggle around, find your sweet spot back there. Move through center, belly button comes in, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, lengthen, and come back to center. Good. From here, we're going to take hands behind the head, elbows are out, and we're going to go into some rotation here. So we're nice and tall. Eyes can close if you want to. If you know where we're going to go with this, we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep that pace so you can pick it up. Just careful not to crank through the low back. Stay with the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you went a little bit faster, start to slow that down a little bit. Good. And coming back to center. From here, we're going to side bend again. And I want you to think about the low rib cage and the top of the hip squeezing together as we go side to side. So relaxing the shoulders. We're going to crunch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Giving us 10 on each side. Reach those arms up. Big inhale, exhale, rotate towards the left. Reach those arms down. Rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Inhale and lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale. Take it to the other side. Arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. And coming back up. Good. We're going to take this into a little bit of a body weight here. So I'm going to turn sideways just so that you get a better picture as to what this looks like for the benefit of new people. Good. So sitting up, arms are out. Exhale, round, turning palms away. Inhale, open. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, reach. Maybe clasping hands together, pressing away. Releasing, open, open, open. And releasing here. Take a moment, get any little movement in your body that you need. That might be some neck circles or rolls or stretches, some shoulder circles. Maybe it's a little bit of a spinal roll, hip hinges, whatever your body is telling you that you need right now. We're going to take it. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way to all fours. So I'm going to bring my blanket back in here for my knee cushion. And as we, excuse me again, that time of year. So once we get going here in the cat else, the first question I'm going to ask you to ponder, how do I nurture myself? How do I nurture myself? Say that to yourself. Ask yourself that question. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Tops of the feet are down. Knees can be slightly wider if you've got a back issue. Big inhale, taking the chest forward. Tailbone comes back. Nice cow pose. Exhale, press away and round. Mad cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then if this sounds good to you, or you're a little bit newer, feel free to stay here, but I'm going to give you the other options. If you already know what they are, you can go into them, but I will review. So, semicircle, cat, cow. We inhale on the cow. Exhale as you round. Sink down in one hip, moving through center, rolling right up into the other side, and then you'll reverse that. So that's option number 2. And then option number 3, dynamic cat-cow flow. It's a little bit harder if you've got a shoulder issue, so be mindful. Inhale on the cow. Exhale as you round, sink back, little child pose. Inhale, forearms drop to the floor. Shifting forward, elbows stay in. Baby push up, right into cow pose. Let's take a moment or two here. Do the one or the ones that feel best for you. You can stay with one, a combo of 2, or a medley of all 3. And be mindful that as long as it feels good to your body and you can maintain a nice, steady breath here, you're doing it right. Good. One more. Good. And then from here, we're going to take a child's pose. So knees can be together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. Arms can be long in front of you or hands back by the ankles if your shoulders don't want that yet. Forehead can come to the floor or to a block. Zip up from pubic bone behind the navel or belly button into the spine. Breathe and expand that rib cage. How do I nurture myself? Maybe it's this kind of yoga practice. Getting onto your mat. And when you're ready, hands under the shoulders, and we'll press ourselves back up. We're going to prepare for a downward facing dog here. So if you're taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Otherwise, tuck the toes. I'm still spreading wide through the fingers. I'm going to press in and forward into my mat as I lift my knees and shift my hips back a little bit here. Now, look down at your feet. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking. Pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Always keep a little bend in your knees if you've got a back issue. And always keep your feet about hip width apart if you've got a back issue here. I'm pressing in and forward into my hands, rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. My belly button is in. My head and neck are free. My shoulders are in their pockets. I'm turning my elbows here a little bit more towards the pointer finger. And when you do that, you'll notice that you feel a little bit more of a firing up around the scapula, scapulae, not really sure which one's the plural there, or around the rib cage. You want to feel that. That's where the stability in this comes from. Okay, so from here, you can start to bend and lengthen. You can even move a little bit more in the upper body, lengthen. The deeper the bend, the harder you make it. We're building up to a soulful practice this morning. Good, and then from here, just go right into walking the dog, bending one knee, lengthening one leg, press evenly again, big toe, pinky toe mound. We're coming high on the heels and dropping. We're high on the toes and dropping the heels. Breathe. Good. Find stillness. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. Come to blocks if you can't touch the floor. Make sure that you know you've got this height, and this height. So use the height that's appropriate for your body. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat spine. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet, engage the glutes, long spine, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain intention. So when I say root into the feet and engage the glutes, you're putting all of that load on the legs and you're taking it out of the back. So if you've got a back issue, use your legs. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving on. Inhale and lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step back into a plank, knees lifted or lowered. And whether you're lifted or lowered, really press that floor away from you. Could you take that chest a little bit more forward, finding a little bit more length here? Good. Now I'm going to lower my knees down here for a moment, but I want everybody to try this. So whether you're lifted or knees down, I want you, without collapsing the shoulders, to lower down about halfway. Hold that there. And then lower all the way down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. From here, taking the hands a little forward, rolling shoulders back, belly button is in. Finding the baby cobra here. If this feels okay and there's no crunching in the spine, maybe you want to try for a medium cobra. If that's okay and shoulders are back in their pockets and you're not hanging in the spine, maybe you want to try a high cobra. If that feels okay and you want to go there, lower a little bit, tuck the toes, find your upward facing dog, tops of the feet or tops of the toes, belly button is still in here, shoulders are still strong here. And then when you're ready, we'll lower that back down. Good. From here, take your arms long in front of you. Palms can face each other or the ground. Zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. Inhale, exhale, just lift the upper. So similar to a true cobra here without the arms. Relax the shoulders, breathe. And we'll lower that down. Good. Lower body's next. Belly button is in. Lengthen a little bit here. Inhale, exhale, lifting. Careful not to point the feet so much that you get a foot cramp. And we'll lower. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. From here, upper and lower together if you can. Zipping up. Inhale, exhale. Find that lift. And we'll lower that down. Hands under the shoulders. Good. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into that plank, sit back down dog. Everyone else, follow me through a tabletop, tucking toes, lifting up into your down dog. Come back to your good down dog form. Good. And from that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll go again. Another question to ponder. What does unconditional love mean to me? What does unconditional love mean to me? Inhale when we lift. Exhale when we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale when we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. Now pause. Good. Lower halfway. Now from here, take your cobra or your up dog. And then we'll rock and take it back. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow halfway down. Makes it better. Makes it better because it's easier on the rotator cuff. You're taking less load. And if you're weak in the upper body, that's the optimal place to practice. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Good. From that downward facing dog, recheck back in with your form. Are you engaging that shoulder girdle up here? Is your belly button in? Are you hip width apart? Big toe, pinky toe mounds. Head and neck free. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, over. Inhale, root through the feet, engage those glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. All right. So from here, I'm going to bring these in here just in case I need them. We're going to take that up a notch. Okay. Going into a more soulful practice this morning. So for this one, I'm going to recommend everyone keep your feet about hip width apart and make sure your big toes are in alignment as well. So zipping up, big inhale and reach. Exhale, sit back into a chair. Belly button is in. Again, find that tracking. Good. Now, from here, some of you are just going to swing the arms forward and back. You're still working the glutes. Some of you are going to bounce here as you open and close. Others are going to follow me, full form, coming all the way up, taking it down. You can go a little bit quicker, but not at the sacrifice of your form. So you still have to keep good form. Remember, sometimes going slower is faster, especially for those of us that are used to moving faster. Going slower can be harder. Stay with the breath. Now from here, stand all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Zip up. Belly button is in. Let's open, open, open. Reaching it up. From here, look back forward. Sit back into a chair pose. Or sit back down into a sphere pose. Notice how my heels are grounded in sphere. Yes, we're burning, we're feeling it wherever you are. What does unconditional love look like to me? How do I nurture myself? Inhale, exhale, take a fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. From here, plant those hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one, but feel free to take it. So if you're newer to me, I do not take every Vinyasa flow that I cue. They're just there for the people that like and want it. Always an option, never a requirement. From here, when you're ready, left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, round, step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Now, you can bring a block in here if you need it for stability. We are not warrior prepping the back foot, but you do want to engage this front here. So going into our first balance challenge, coming up into a high lunge. Front hip will come back just a smidge. You want hip, knee, and toe tracking forward here, okay? Knee is over behind the ankle. Watch your back foot. Do you have a tendency to are you trying to do a little bit of an angle here? Is the ankle bowing out? Could you press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds there? Be strong in that back leg. And from here, good. I'm going to take my right hand, my right palm is turning to the left. Left hand's going to grab that right wrist. I'm going to lift and I'm going to side bend to the left. Now, if you need to come down, if this is too much at any time, lower that back knee. And we'll come back up. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. From here, back knee's going to come down now. Good. Cushion it if you need to. You can stay down here or you can come back up. Looking up. Good. Now for an additional balance challenge here, close your eyes. Notice if you tend to sway a little bit more here. Good. And then open them, taking that back down. Tuck the back toe, lift that back knee. Now, you can bring a block in here for stability. We're going to warrior press this back leg, back foot, hip, knee, and toe. We're going to turn out away from the body. You can have a heel to heel, heel to arch, or this leg can be out a little bit wider if you need that. When you're ready, rise with that stability, warrior one. Front hip will come back. If you need to lengthen out of there for a moment, lengthen out of there. It is more important for the back edge of the foot to be grounded. Okay, so I'm grounded, not doing this number here, grounded. Then for the front knee to be bent. Okay. Now from here, twisting options, you can lengthen, back leg can stay in warrior. You can take a prayer twist here, okay? You can take a right hand down onto the floor or onto a block and open here. Or maybe the twisty is too much and you need to swivel up. You can take a hand down and open, or you can take the prayer twist. Find what works for your body. Back knee can also ground down here if you need it. You've been up a while, so if you need a little break, need to make it easier, it's okay to come down. Inhale, exhale, taking that down. Good. Swivel up the back foot if you stayed in warrior. Front foot's going to step back. You choose. Take or skip a flow halfway down. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, little back. Inhale, root engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that all on the other side. So from here, arms up, big inhale. Make sure you're about hip width apart. Get back into that chair. Good. Remember, you can stay here. Arms can move forward and back. You can do a little bounce with it, or full form with me, taking it up and taking it down. Moving with the breath. Good. We're going to use this nice energy, or at least if you're in Kentucky, we are going to whisk away potential for second winter. We're just going to stay right in the spring. Stay with that breath. And then from here, come all the way up, zip up that front body. The front body engagement helps you safely back bend the back body. When we are not engaged in the front body, it all goes into the back bend and a back bend, and it's really uncomfy. And from here, we'll open. Coming back up. Inhale, exhale. You can sit back in chair or find your seat. Good. Next question. How can I cultivate the feeling of peace in everyday life? How can I cultivate the feeling of peace in everyday life? And exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip that flow. Good. From the down dog, when you're ready, right leg's gonna lift 3 points, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Good. Use a block for stability if you need to. High lunge first, no warrior prep. And we'll take that up. Good. Now check yourself so you don't wreck yourself. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. You should be able to see the toes. Knees over behind the ankle. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mound to the back. So my ankle is not wobbling and I'm not going into some kind of other funky thing back there. So be strong. Good. Now this time, left hand is going to face the right. Right hand's going to grab that left wrist, lift, side bend. Coming back up. Inhale, exhale, taking that back down. Good. The back knee is going to come down. Good. Good. And then maybe we'll lift again. Good. Looking up there. You can close your eyes, that little balance challenge if you want it. Inhale, exhale, taking that back down. Good. I'm going to tuck the back toe. I'm going to lift the back knee. We're going to warrior prep if you're going to go there. Warrior prepping that back foot. Find the alignment that you need on this side. It might not be what you did on the other side. I need to be a little bit wider. And then when you're ready with stability, rise. And you can always lengthen a little bit if you need to get out of there. Good. Press down through the back edge of the back foot. Front hip's going to come back. Watch that alignment. Zipping up. And then from here, going into your twist option. So you can stay in warrior. You can take your twist here. Some of you might be able to open up. You can take a left hand to a block or to the floor and open up that way. You can come out of that warrior prep and do the same. Same thing for prayer if you want to do that. And back knee can lower. Find the twist that works for your body in this moment. And it might not be the same one that you chose on the other side. Sides are different. Good. Inhale, exhale. We're going to come out of the twist. We're going to frame the front foot. Swivel up that back foot if you had it in warrior. Big inhale. Exhale, take that foot back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Once you made it back to your down dog, find that good down dog form. How do I cultivate peace in everyday life? What does unconditional love mean to me? How do I nurture myself? Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, low. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath. Mountain. Invention. From here, we're going to go through another little flow. So, feet parallel hip width apart. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, we're going to sit back into that chair again. Good. Find yours. Notice if it's getting harder or easier. Again, your options. You can rock. You can bounce and sway or full form. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale, bring that down, chair or skier. Inhale, exhale, take that fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. So from here, we're going to do a little hip opener cheetah combo, and then we'll flow into the pigeon from there. So I'm going to take my right leg up, bend the right knee, open to the right. Make sure that the right shoulder doesn't get sneaky and want to move up by the ear. Good. And then from here, we'll take that down. We'll move forward, cheetah. Inhale, take that back and open. Good. Lower, forward, cheetah. Inhale, take that back and open. Taking it down, swinging it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist. Now this is belly down pigeon. So I'm pretty open in my hips here. I can take my right hip all the way down. Some people cannot. So if you cannot or do not want to fill this in, any space under here with a blanket block, what have you, please come onto your back and cross the right ankle over the left knee for figure 4. It's a lot easier on the knees and the hips. If you've got sciatica flare up, this is the one that I recommend. It's less intense. Okay. So be kind to yourself. Good. Ahimsa. Do no harm. No harm to self, no harm to others. If you're going past your limit, if you're putting yourself at risk, if you're not taking the modifications and honoring where you are in the moment, you're not practicing ahimsa. You're not honoring your body where you are, and you're contributing to potential injury. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, good. Whatever way that you did that, make your way back to downward facing dog. Good. And then if you would like to move forward into a little belly down vinyasa, feel free to take that. Otherwise, just practice your good down dog form here for a moment. Engage that upper body. Belly button is in. And when you're ready, we're going to take that all to the other side. Left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the left. Watch that left shoulder. Don't let it be sneaky. And then we'll close, coming forward and rounding into a cheetah. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Exhale, round. Inhale, back. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Exhale, round. Inhale, back. Exhale, open. Pause. Now here's where we're going to come into the pigeon. So from here, I'm going to close. I'm going to take that left knee behind that left wrist, and I'm going to find mine. Good. Now again, come onto your back for that if you need that. Remember, what you did on the other side might not be what the body needs on the other side, on this side. So, what can you open your heart to today? Is it something new? Is it something old? New idea, new activity? What can you open your heart to today? Once you're ready, good. Carefully in the way that's best for your body based on what you did, find your downward facing dog. And once you have found your downward facing dog, we're going to come to the knees. Good. So from here, we're going to set ourselves up for a thread the needle flow. Okay. So remember, in thread the needle, hips stay over the knees, belly button is in. Good. I'm going to start by taking my left arm out first. So left arm comes up, and then I'm going to scoop. And comes up, and scoop, and comes up. Hold it for a moment. Look up there. Good. Now scoop it all the way through. Good. Head and neck are in line with the spine, so long line from crown to tail. Use your right hand and arm to keep you in that good alignment. Try not to press the ear into the floor. If you're doing that, you're not in good alignment because you're putting a kink in the neck. So long neck. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, using that right hand to help you, pressing up and coming back. We'll take that to the other side. Right arm comes up and we'll scoop. And we'll open. And we'll scoop. Open and pause. Scoop it through. Good. Remember your alignment here. Long line from crown to tail. Use your left hand and arm to help you. And then pressing through that hand, coming back. Good. From here, when you're ready, tucking the toes, lifting back up. Find a real quick down dog. If you would like to move through a belly down vinyasa, find it. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop the knees again, coming belly down. So this might be where you bring in that strap if you need help with the bind. Just going to take this side here. Good. So belly down. Good. Arms are forward. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. This time, arms and legs are going to lift together. So zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Inhale, exhale, lifting up, relaxing the shoulders. And taking that down. This time, hands come back by the hips. Palms can turn up or face your hips. It's going to be a personal preference. Rolling the shoulders back, zipping up. Inhale, exhale, upper and lower lift. And we'll lower that back down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now, if you can comfortably in the wrists and the shoulders, bind your hands back here, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to instruct you to bring in a strap. Couple ways you can do this with a strap. You can come right across the low back here. You can move the hands closer together, or you can keep them in line with the shoulders. Okay, so find kind of what feels good to you. So I'm just going to lengthen a little bit. Rolling the shoulders back, big inhale, exhale, upper and lower body lift. I'm pressing back to that strap. Your hands are clasped. Press those hands back towards the feet. Opening up. And taking that down. Good. You can release the strap. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hands under the shoulders. Press back to your little child's pose. When you're ready, find your downward facing dog. From the downward dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, flat spine as you come all the way up. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Finding the breath, the mountain, the intention. Good. From here, we're going to go into a tree balance here. We'll keep it pretty simple today. So I'm going to start on the left side. You want to look straight forward at something that is not moving, or straight forward and down at something not moving. Your drishti, your gazing point, which for me is going to be down today. Good. So I'm zipping up, hip, knee, and toe of the left foot are tracking forward. Option one, you can take a kickstand. I'm working on opening up to the side. You can come to the calf muscle or the shin. You can come up to the thigh. You want to be on the thigh or the shin, not the knee joint here, okay? So it's okay while you're training to hold yourself here. And if you've got slippery pants, you won't be able to stay there anyway. Most likely it's going to slide down. I've got slippery pants today, so I'm going to come back down here. Arms can be anywhere you want them to be. Press, grow that tree long. What does it mean to be grateful? What does it mean to be grateful? And when you're ready, we'll take that down. Shake out that supporting leg. We'll take that all on the other side. So right leg, Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Find your drishti. Good. Remember, you can start to kickstand, opening up out to the side. You can be at the calf. You can be at the thigh. Good. So I need to be down here because I've got slippery pants. Careful to stay off the knee joint. Grow tall in your tree. And bring that down. Shaking out that leg. All right. Let's take it down to the floor and prep for some big ones. Yeah. From the top of the mat. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip the last flow of the session. Good. Now from here, take your feet about as wide as the mat is long. And I'm going to press my hips back a little bit here. Your heels may not touch, and that's okay. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to move forward, little wide leg plank. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Now from here, hips, knees, and toes, turn out away from the body. We're going to bend and stretch it long. Okay. How deep you bend depends on your body. Bend and stretch and bend. Pause here in the bend. You can come out of here and come down onto your rear end, or you can take a hop and come down onto the rear end. Yeah. From here, when you're ready, one more little core exercise before we come down onto our back. And while we're at it, just go ahead and have a block handy for you, or 2 blocks, just in case. Make sure they're there. Good. So you can go to a little boat, toes down, toes lifted, here, here. You can let go on all of those. You can dock your boat back here if you need to do that. Okay. You can open wide. You can, bend and do a little motion here. Good. A little bit harder, no hands. Woo. And when you've had your fill, could you find a balance? Good. I'm going to take yogi toe here and come out. Find your balance. You're sitting on the sit bones. Maybe relaxing the shoulders. And then when you're ready, good. Carefully come out of there. We're going to come onto our back. So we're going to do this first bridge that we're going to do is a basic bridge. And there's a reason behind it, because we're getting ready to go into 2 really big inversions. So we don't want to do too much altogether. And I also want you to really feel and start practicing this arm engagement here. So rolling shoulders back. I want you to press the backs of the arms, so triceps, elbows, forearms, hands into the mat as best as you can. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track. Big inhale, exhale. As you press into the feet, press into those arms. Your body will still let you know when you shouldn't lift up any higher. Yeah. And when you're ready, we'll lower that back down. Okay. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Going into shoulder stand or modified shoulder stand, which I will show you first. If you're going to be modified, you can have your block like this or like this. I do not recommend this setting because then only the tailbone is supported, not the sits bones, and the SI joint won't like that later. So if you're here or here, you've got that support of all 3 spots. Okay, so I'm going to put that right under my tailbone. Good. And then 1 leg at a time, I'm going to come back up. Okay, so I'm pressing my arms into the floor here. I'm still working on that engagement. This is where I want you to go if you've got a neck issue, eye pressure issues, uncontrolled blood pressure, if you're having a ladies' day, something like that, this one can be a lot nicer and more accessible. If you don't have any of those issues, but would like to go into full shoulder stand, unfortunately, right now, momentum is the only way I can get up there. But ideally, you can use your arms and press yourself up there and get there. But from here, good. So I'm going to come up. Good. I'm reaching those legs towards the ceiling. Good. I want to stay my weight on the shoulders. So if you feel that bone at the base of the neck uncomfortably popping out, then you are on your neck and not your shoulders. I cannot because of shoulder limitations, but ideally you want your shoulders and your elbows to be in alignment. Okay. You can take the legs back here, but you're not in shoulder stand, then you're in plow. And then once you're ready, good. Bend those knees, carefully roll out of there. If you're on your block, one leg comes down at a time, lift your hips and remove it. Bring your knees into the chest here, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Take the head and neck from side to side. Good. So I will show you supported fish and then regular fish. So you can do this one with a block, right along the bra line or the bottom of the rib cage here and come back. If you're like, I don't like a hard surface or something like that, maybe you need to be a little bit more sensitive. Take a folded blanket here, and then you can do the same thing, okay? And then you'll come back there. I prefer a block, so I'm gonna come back. Good. If your block is too far down here, it is not gonna feel good. If your block is too high, it's not gonna feel good. You wanna be able to open up the chest, open up the throat, shoulders can relax. Knees can be bent or legs long. Okay. You can also have a prop underneath your head if you want that. So that's your supported fish. Good. If you're going to do full fish, you can sit on your hands, rolling those shoulders back. And then with legs long here, you're going to press into the forearms and the elbow, lifting the chest up, taking head back. So belly button is still in here. That's number one, fish option number one. You have to be strong in the core to do fish option number 2 and for fish option number 3. Okay. If you're not strong in the core, this all goes to the back. It's very uncomfortable. Okay. So find your fish. And when you've had your fill of your fish, based on the version that you chose, carefully come out of there, taking knees into the chest again, wiggle, 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 taking head and neck from side to side. Good. Final twisty here. Good. We're going to keep this twist basic. So arms up to the side, knees in tabletop position. Good. Inhale, exhale. Let those knees go over to the right as you look to the left, trying to keep left shoulder grounded. Inhale, head back to center, one leg at a time, or using your abs to bring you back. Wiggle, wiggle if you need a reset. And when you're ready, we're going to take the knees over to the left, looking to the right. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to center and we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to set up for a short Shavasana today. So you can let everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can put something under the thighs if you want or need that. Whatever props or, what you have and like, you can bring in. And those of you at home, this is going to be a short Savasana. If you would like to press pause on the replay and take a longer one, you can always do that. But I'm going to settle in. And the final thought I'm going to give you is not a question, it's a statement. But repeat it to yourself. Let me rephrase that. I fully love and embrace who I am, even as I continue to grow. I fully love and embrace who I am, even as I continue to grow. I'll leave you here for a few moments. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness or invite movement of fingers and toes. Choosing stillness or taking knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifting it up into a full body hug. And choosing stillness or taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, curling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice. Find some nice length, noticing how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen. Touching palms together. Exhale, hands and heart center. Reconnecting with those questions, your intention. One more time. I'm going to take my thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening ahead. And thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.